live stream for Stream Miss. So if you guys don't know, I'm going to be streaming every single day for the month of December. So that way I can, go through with this challenge, but it's also in order to grow the channel. So I'm taking this challenge. I'm putting out either a live stream or a video every single day for 31 days. It is the 12th day, and I had to make it. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be responding to or reacting to every single subscriber comment that I see. So I'm going to be going through some of my videos and some of my comment sections, responding to them. Anything that's interesting that comes out. If you guys want to give any comments in the chat, I'll be reacting to it. Just wanted to go ahead and, put out some content for you guys. Yeah, so let's get started. But first, I want to say shout out to all the people who are watching the live stream right now, and also all the people who are watching the replay. Really do appreciate you guys for tuning in. So we're gonna go ahead and get to it. I will tell you guys is that I do receive a lot of odd messages. It's a lot of odd messages. I'll refrain from showing like the LinkedIn messages I get. And just being honest with you guys, some of the stuff I receive is like I go to a lot of networking events, and I'll post the networking events I go to. And for some reason, I have people in the comments in my messages talking about, "Oh man, you should start posting the networking events that you are going to." And I'm like, "Okay, cool." But sometimes certain people will reach out to you and they'll like say something crazy. So like this one dude was like, "Oh, you should take me with you to the networking events." And I said, "Him like, bruh." I was like, man, why would I take you? I'm like, I'm gonna take a girl with me if I'm gonna take somebody with me. Not no dude. But yeah, man. So it's odd, some odd things that you somewhat receive. I'm gonna go ahead and go through some of these comments, man. Some of these comments are interesting. Let me do this. Let me go to one of my most viral videos. So I got a comment on this video. I'm gonna share my screen. So this video I made, it was just me talking about like, how I was able to get more opportunities for speaking. I had been wanting to be a speaker for several months, and I'm like, man, it is so difficult. Everybody just kept telling me no. I just was not able to obtain a speaking engagement, and then now I got in with a few speaking engagements. I got a few companies that believed in me, and they thought I would be the best person for the speaking engagement at that time. And then I had universities reach out to me to speak to the students, and I'm going up to this is going to be my third time coming up a few months from now in March to go to Clayton State, and I'm going to be speaking there again at Clayton State. And then on Friday, I'm going to be on a panel discussion speaking to the students who are trying to get into technology. So it is, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying speaking. I think of it as like, yeah, I want to be able to speak at these like conferences and stuff too, these tech conferences. But the thing is that they don't reach out to me to ask me to speak. It's like you have to put in a paper, right? You have to apply to be a speaker. and every time I apply, I get denied. So I'm kind of cool on applying. I don't really need to be a speaker at a place that doesn't really want me to speak, right? So that's kind of how I feel. I would rather it be like, okay, hey, if we're gonna get on a panel discussion, maybe it's easier to get on a panel than it would be for you to be like a speaker for a session. So that's what I'm thinking, and I think I need to be included. Like somebody needs to want me to come and speak, as opposed to me applying and getting in line like everybody else. This is interesting because most people do not want to speak. They have a statistic out there saying that most people in the world would rather die than to get up on the stage and speak. I'm one of those people who will get up on the stage. So yeah, let's see. So I got some people who saying congratulations. I appreciate that. Let me zoom in. All right, so got some congratulations. Dub 3000. Yes, I am back on late again, man. The thing is that I have. Let me go ahead and pop out the chat right quick. Shout out to Dub 3000. Says, back on late again. Yeah, man. It's interesting because it's like I can't go live too early, right? I cannot go on live too early. So I have to go on later. But then life just happens and I find myself having to do late night live streams because this is the only time when everybody else is sleeping, not wanting me to do something for them. So I'm able to devote my time to either putting out a video or a live stream closer to this time. It's like yeah, nobody's really gonna watch it if I go live at like 6 o'clock in the morning when I wake up, and a lot of people may not watch it at this late, but you never know. So, but you have won the number one spot. Let me go ahead and give you the number one spot, the 3000. Coming for that number one spot. All right, man. Shout out to you. So, for the people who do not know, the number one spot is the first person that I see up in the chat. So, if you are in the chat and I see you, you win the number one spot. Just giving you a shout out. And then thank you, Dub 3000. Yeah, man, I think it's more so. It helps me a lot to be able to help others. All right, so let's see. So, Mr. Hero Unsung says, congrats. I'm still looking myself and trying to keep searching via my network, but hopefully something comes up. Been almost 8 months. Yeah, man, I couldn't go 8 months. I had 6 months of saving saved up, and then when it got to that 6 months, boy, I would have been out here. I've been like putting some stuff up for sale and everything. Yeah, like if it was any later, if I didn't get my job when I got it, I would have to make some tough decisions. So I'm glad it came right on time. And that's what I think it really is about. Like, I got laid off, and I went 6 months without a job, and then it finally came, and it was through like a lot of the work that I've done. And I just recently read this passage, and I thought it was like just straight bars. But essentially, like the gist of the passage was talking about inaction. So through your own inaction, it will feel as though that you would have lost everything. And it would almost be like somebody came in and robbed you of all of your possessions, but nobody actually did anything. It was just because of your own inaction and your fear of not being able to do something to be able to put yourself in a better position. So that was like the gist of the passage I read. I thought that was really interesting because it's talking about, like, I remember when I was laid off, people just said I was lazy. Like, oh, you're lazy. You'll lose everything because you just sat there and didn't do anything. But what I did was I went to every networking event. I went to every conference, every uh, gala that I could go to within my own means. I got up on the stage and spoke. I got featured in multiple news publications. So when I tell people this, I'm like, look, I had to put in a lot of work in order to be able to get to this position that I'm at now. And it was interesting because I recently I had some people who know me from my LinkedIn, but they like work for the same company as me, and they were looking at me like, "Oh, who do you think you are? Like a celebrity or something?" And I'm like, "No, I don't think of myself as a celebrity. Like they're not my like coworkers, but like they work for the same company, but like a different like team and stuff." And they looked at me, they were like, "Oh man, you're really active on LinkedIn. Who do you think you are? Like a celebrity? You gonna be running for president or something?" And I'm like, "Look, man, I had to put in a lot of work to be able to get to where I'm at. I wouldn't have this job that I'm at now if I had not put in the effort to be able to get myself out there. Because like I wasn't gonna get it from just being smart or having experience or being nice. Like I wasn't gonna get it. I needed to do something like the things I listed in order to be able to get a good job. So I think this is perfect because it says, so you had to have a network connection hook you up with a darn keynote speaking opportunity where Business Insider saw you. Then you leveraged your YouTube channel to get a job in tech. After 6 months of rejections, all while being a strong candidate with high technical knowledge, yeah, no thank you. If that's tech, like come on now. If I gotta go through all that, that's too much. I don't care how good the pay is. So that's coming from Just Blaze 99. I'm gonna tell you guys, man, look, it's a lot of work that you gotta put in. You gotta put in a lot of work to get anywhere in life. I like if I had sat around and not did anything, then I wouldn't have been able to achieve my goal. I would not have been able to achieve it, bro. So let me go to some other comments on a different video. Let's see. Alright, so I did this video.
Yo, what's up, everybody?
Here we go. So I did this video on why ghost jobs should be illegal. Also, I had to change up the setup a lot. Cause like going from that to this, I think I like this one better. I do. I even changed up like how this is the same camera, but because I changed the settings, now it just looks completely different. Complete difference. It's just like the lighting is better, like everything is better. I had the same lights. I had the same lights going on. Same camera, everything. Still using OBS, but then just everything looks better, I think, now. But yeah, so let's see. First person says, oh yeah, this video is about why ghost jobs should be illegal. Actually, you know what's interesting? I used to work on ghost jobs. I didn't know what they were at first. I remember, so I used to work for a staffing agency, and it's a global staffing agency. They have like their own proprietary technology, but uh, the thing they were working on was like across the board, like it's being used in many other staffing agencies, which is ghost jobs, or you may hear something called a pipeline a requisition. So a pipeline requisition is like a job that will that they hire for very often. So they'll just leave the job open, and then you'll just hire people, and then you know, or you'll like have no intention of hiring, but you're just collecting information from people just in case you will need to hire in the future for maybe strong candidates. But yeah, so I got his first person. It says, "I still can't find a job. The job I thought I would get didn't go through. I've been unemployed since April 3rd, 2024." It says, "I've been unemployed since April 3rd, 2024. This has been a nightmare." Hmm. Man, that is that was 6 months ago when I made this video. But if you are, hopefully you have a job now, Captain Kirk, because that would have been a very long time to have been laid off. Hopefully you have a new job. If you do not, it is time to take action. Like, I'm so serious. Like, when I saw that passage that I brought up earlier about, like, if you're lazy or if you don't take action, if you don't reach out to your network, you're around the wrong people. You can't make excuses about for yourself. Like, if you are somebody who like is inactive, then it will feel like you lose everything. Like, your money will be spent. Like, you'll lose your possessions, and nobody stole it from you. You look at your bank account, you look at on your app on the phone, and then your bank account will say $0 or a negative balance, and no hacker hacked into your account. It was just because you were using the money to survive, or you were spending your money unwisely. But you know, this is what that passage meant to me. I'm thinking, like, you really do need to have some drive in order to make it in life. And then, not even to say that, like, this person isn't putting in the work, because I understand I went 6 months without a job. So, like, I was grinding. I was doing a lot of events, a lot of networking, a lot of meeting people. A lot of meeting people, man. It takes a lot in order to be able to get a job. So, hopefully, they found a job by now, over the 6 months. And yeah, man, I know it's rough, especially trying to bounce back from a layoff for that long. It is difficult. It's difficult to make a bounce back. It says you also. So I want my vision back. Says you also need to be wary of job postings that the company already filled, but posted anyways due to legal reasons. Yes, the same thing. Just ghost jobs. Man W3 buttocks. Interesting. Keeping current employees motivated seems a bogus reason. Employed people don't go looking at LinkedIn job posts enough for that to matter. Only unemployed people look them over. And see, that's the thing about it, is that it's not about that. they'll just say, "Oh, we're trying to hire somebody who can help you with the workload." So that's what that is. It's not about going on LinkedIn looking for a job at your same company. It's about, oh, okay, well, I see a position open for a senior level data engineer. So maybe they're trying to hire for a senior level data engineer. I could potentially get promoted for that position instead of them hiring externally. Or it could be that somebody like, hey, we got somebody coming, we got somebody on the way to help you out with the workload, and nope, they never show up because they're not actually hiring for it. Primal Studies, shout out to Primal Studies. Most of the big players in tech let go of thousands of staff over the past several years. I think this was a combo. Let me read that again. It says, I think this was a combo of overhiring during the 2020 work from home era and the rise of more efficient AI. I think this trend will continue until some major breakthroughs occur. Ghost jobs victim here also, it is discouraging and causes job seeking burnout. We don't need this problem right now. Whoever started this trend is very selfish and it needs to be called out on this matter. Yeah, man, it's like that. I've had people who I interviewed for and they were not hiring in the slightest. And the reason I knew they weren't hiring is because the way they acted in the job interview. The way they acted in the job interview was so dismissive and trying to catch you and stuff like that. Very difficult. And that comes from Joseph Tingle. These names, man. Aya's baby. I think that's how you pronounce it. So Aya's baby. Thanks for the video. What shall we do to make sure the government hears our voice? That should be better. Here's our voice. Call/write to our senators and ask to take action to make ghost jobs illegal. I really want to know if there's a formal way or an established initiative to fix this. The problem is growing. Yeah, man. I don't think the government is necessarily going to do anything. I think, if anything, it's going to be like the other private companies. I think what's going to happen is that they will have to make it more expensive for them to be able to keep the jobs open. If they do that, then that could potentially say, okay, we need to hurry this up. At the actual job boards like LinkedIn, Indeed, Monster, Dice, like all these different job boards, if they make it more expensive for them to just host ghost jobs, then it will be easier for us to kind of get rid of the ghost jobs. I think that's really the only way. I don't think government is really going to do anything about it, at least not at this moment. Because they say everything's going fine as far as the economy. They said, matter of fact, I heard one of the people from the government say that the economy is doing better than we expected, but it's just risky right now. So, because of the debt. Siddharth Kashyap. Interesting. Siddharth Kashyap A says, bruh, that article was definitely written by ChatGPT. Yes. If you guys actually watch the video, I'm reading an article about ghost jobs. FinB2067 says, I used to be a SQL developer, pretty much an on-premise data engineer. But now, working as a data analyst, I'm now learning cloud computing and Azure services so that I can transition to the data engineer role. To me, it seems like there are many data engineer opportunities, so I don't know why you're having trouble. Are you picky when applying? Have you considered other roles such as data analyst? I don't have any degrees and have about 5 years of experience as a data professional. You see, that's the interesting thing. I ended up getting a job, so it's kind of like, I wasn't being picky, but like I would be intentional, right? Because sometimes not every job is real. Like I had people from like other countries reaching out to me for jobs, and they try to like ask me for personal information. I end up getting my information hacked and stuff. So sometimes you really do need to be picky. Like you can't just take any position and just give out all your information and data because not every job is real. But then for the jobs that are real, the majority of the time you probably will never hear anything back, even if you have good experience. You have a 5% chance of even hearing back from a job you applied to. It's not like you applied to a job and you just got the job. And see, that's the thing about it. Like people who are not going through a layoff or going through like a job search, it just sounds like, oh, you're probably just not applying yourself, but or you're probably just being picky or you're not doing enough. But that's not really the case. It's just like people just keep telling you no. But it doesn't happen to everybody. Sometimes people can just get a job like immediately after getting laid off. But like with me, I have 6 years of experience as a data engineer. Guaranteed, the reason why I would get my next job is not because of that. It's not because I have 6 years. I have 6 years of experience, a degree, certificates and certifications. Like they don't care about that. It's like they care about it, get you in the door, but what will help you the most is that they already know who you are. That helps you out more than anything. And that's how I got my job now, because they already know who I was when I walked in the door. When I went on the interview, they already knew who I was. They had heard some good things about me already. Shout out to Chaos Range. It says, hey bro, salute to you, man. Yeah, bro. He's like, oh man, were you just picky? That's exactly what it is. Oh, were you just told everybody, you told, like, almost like I'm telling them no. I'm looking for a job and I'm telling them no. Like, nah, I do have this one person come out and reach out to me, and they said that they wanted a data engineer, and then the pay was like $60,000 for a contract position. And then I was sitting here like, well, like, yeah, some people would take that, but I was like, nah, I'm not gonna take a job that I don't even think is real. It was like a fully remote position contract that was, I think it was 6 months to hire at $60,000 a year. And I thought to myself, I was like, man, $60,000 was less than I made in my first job. And so, and I was underpaid in that one. And I was like, man, do I really, like, it's not going to solve the problem. I'm still going to be looking for a job. Like, I'm still going to be, like, trying to go to networking events and get a job. And I think that when people listen to my story, they don't think of it as, oh, he's looking for a better job than what he had before. They're thinking of it as, oh, just take any job. Like, that's your Your problem is that you don't have money. That's what people hear. But that's not necessarily the case. It's like, yeah, I had money saved up. So why not put myself in position for a better job than my last one? It just makes sense to just get any old job when you can get something better, right? You like he's putting in the work. I have more years of experience, so I was being underpaid. So I'm like, why not go ahead and go full further than what I'm at right now? So yeah, that's the reason why I was like, it didn't make any sense. Um, all right, let me see. Let's go to this video.
All right, guys.
I think this may be the last video right here. It's a lot of comments on this one. This is the video. So it is. I was laid off as a data engineer. 5-month update. This is my last. It's 2 months ago. And even from 2 months ago, I think that the lighting is better now. I think I like this one better. It's more warm. It's cold. Yeah, I like this one way better. So Shadow 42184 says, "Congrats, losing your job always sucks, but it's so satisfying when the light at the other end of the tunnel ends up being brighter than the one you left behind." Exactly. That's literally what I was talking about. Sometimes you just want a better position than your previous one. Shout out to Frankie. Say, let's go, champ. Shout out to them. J Move LLI. Okay. The Mikey story says, "Yes, bro. You kept showing up until something happened, and your story is a great testament." Yeah, shout out to you guys. In Preston 1 says, "As a person in this career for a long time as a consultant, my rule is to 1 is to live on less, and 2 invest. Hope all continues to work in your favor." I agree with that one. I like this. A lot of people say they just stumbled on their story. Oh, wow. That's awesome. Just stumbled on your journey. That's really cool. Best wishes on your journey, and your transparency is appreciated. Congrats, man. Inspiring us out here. Congratulations. Okay. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you. Okay. Bitcoin Benito. I've been on Bitcoin Benito's channel before. Says, "Congrats, bro. I was laid off too for 2 months and finally got a job in July. So I know the horrible feeling. We need to do another live stream." Okay. I think I responded already. Today is a win for us all. Connecting with people is greater than code applications. We got the same timeline. Lost my job in March. Now just got a new one this week. Hey, shout out to them. Build that brand. They said DEI hire first to get fired. All right, I guess that's all the comments from that video. A lot of congratulations. I appreciate you guys for that. Yeah, this is when I announced that I finally got a new job. So, man, it's like time just flies. But with that being said, guys, that was a whole bunch of comments, man. A whole bunch of comments that we went through. So I'm probably gonna do another one of these. I think I'll enjoy this type of video or type of live stream. But I want to give a huge shout out to all the people watching the live stream right now, and also all the people who are watching the replay. Really do appreciate you guys. I'll see you all in the next video. Do not forget to build your billions.